Hello, my fair citizens. My name is Strider Stone. I'm the mayor of Sodium City, and today we have a very first look at what is said is Fairy Tales with a Twist, the Wilds of Eldraine debut that just dropped today from WotC. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they have for us, but make sure to do all the YouTube stuff below, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Hey Magic fans, welcome to Wilds of Eldraine, the latest set from Magic the Gathering. I'm Becca Scott, and today we're going back to the land of Eldraine. Chock full of fairy tales and stories come to life. But in the Wilds of Eldraine, these familiar stories come with a magic twist. So where were we?
Dude, the artwork for like every single one of those was on point.
The Phyrexians invaded the multiverse. It did not go well for anybody. If this were a fairy tale, it'd be one of those old ones that gets very dark very quickly. The people and creatures of Eldraine have survived, and Eldraine is back to the land we all know and love. Well, mostly.
Which is weird because Eldraine is filled with like dreams and nightmares and trees and stuff all over the place, and trees take like thousands of years to rebuild on that level, it seems. But you know, MTG story.
Eldraine was saved due to the return of Talion, the kindly lord. Talion made a desperate bargain with the three witch sisters.
As Talion enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10 whenever an opponent casts a spell with a mana value, power, toughness equal to the chosen number. That player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Very interesting. It can be countered, but you could probably copy that ability. It is legendary.
Giving them each a powerful magical artifact. Each of the witches has taken their enchanted items to a different part of the world. Hilda of the Icy Crown has retreated into a wintry kingdom to be alone.
Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 4/4 white elf. Whoa! Whoa! For +1 counter on each creature you control, scry 2, then draw a card for 4 mana. All right, so there's a Teferi Slows the Sunset. You can untap an artifact, a creature, and land you control, or you can untap an artifact, tap a creature the opponent controls, and then untap a land you control. So that'll cover all of that. Or alternatively, you can run Bant, throw in green, and use Tameo, the completed version, and just tap a creature and make sure it doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, and do that every turn. This is kind of gross, but it requires both of those cards or either of those cards in order to do anything with. But if you can protect this card, this is going to be a house.
Although she isn't as alone as she thinks. Agatha of the Vile Cauldron uses her gift to consume the essence of anyone unlucky enough to end up in her pot. To consume the essence.
What is she now? Activated abilities of creatures you control cost X less to activate, where X is Agatha the Vile's power. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost less than 1 mana. Interesting. Then 6 mana other creatures you control get +1/+1 and trample and haste till end of turn. So you'll have to either give her +1/+1 counters, because they added doubling season, which will obviously add a whole bunch. There's a lot of things that just add 1/1 counters, and this is only 2 mana, so doing something on turn 3. Because I know it's either a 2 mana or a 3 mana enchant land card that you enchant a land, it can tap the land for an additional 4. I actually do think it's 3 mana, but it taps land for an additional green source or any color, but it also puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So that alone is ramp and gives this another 1/1 counter, or a 1/1 counter, which makes it pretty good because it's ramp with ramp. It can make Hydras good because Hydras are a lot in green. If you throw in blue, then you could throw in some like Hydrate Crisis, or if you just go straight for what other good X mana? Is it any activate abilities of creatures you control? Was activated abilities. I just can't read. And it includes her effect. It includes her effect as well. So if she has 4 power, this is only a red and a green, and other creatures get +1/+0, trample, and haste till end of turn. And that doesn't restrict it to just 1. So even if she only has like +2/+2, you could pay 3 to give it +1/+1, and then pay 2 to give it +1/+1, and then another 2, and then another 2. Ooh. Nothing less than 1 mana, obviously, because then stuff would start to get broken. Are there any creatures? There's probably a ton of creatures. Creatures have so many activated abilities nowadays. But we had things like Zerda, when the whole companion thing came out, that reduced activated abilities, but it never saw any play, or very rarely saw any play. Even not as a companion, it never really saw any play. So I'm actually kind of interested to see if anyone will play this card now that I think about it.
Instance of anyone unlucky enough to end up in her pot. And Ariette of the Charmed Apple wants to build herself a court of loyal subjects.
Yeah, she can get it. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Bring it back, pacifism, baby! The OG. I actually don't know if pacifism is the first one, but it might as well be. I feel like pacifism is the first one. Each creature that is enchanted. It sucks that it's each creature that is enchanted, because I would be like throwing down curses. Just like the 2 mana black curse. There's like 3 of them or whatever. Just throw them on the opponent. You can't attack me. It sucks that it's restricted, but yeah, at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life for X is the number of auras you control. So it still is decent for a curse deck, I guess.
While her apple grants her the love of any who take a bite, Ariette hungers for more. And so,
that looks like it would hurt. Why would
she has helped unleash a new horror on the people of Eldraine. Together, Talion and the 3 witches were able to enchant the Phyrexians into a deep sleep.
The artwork on this card is
Talion was unaware that there would be a cost to pay. The sleep has spread across Eldraine, known as the Wicked. Be a cost.
Is that what she's gonna look like before or after sex? You know what? That's a risk I'm willing to take. I volunteer as tribute.
Cost to pay. The sleep has spread across Eldraine. Known as the Wicked Slumber, it overtakes villages, hamlets, even entire castles. Who knows what the sleepers will do while their conscious minds aren't in control? Talion struggles to confront the spreading slumber and seeks out the help of Eldraine's heroes.
Just need more Ashiok.
Kellen, a young farm boy with fairy blood and a mysterious family tree, is recruited by Talion to learn more about the Wicked
Young farm boy. It just reminds me of that farm anime where the guy raised, what is the name of that anime? The anime name is so long. It's like I accidentally raised my farming skills. I've somehow gotten stronger when I improved my farm related skills. If you watch anime, 10 out of 10 recommend. Stupid. Watch the first half of the first episode. Give it 10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes. In the comments section below, let me know how much gratitude you have for me recommending this anime to you. That's all I have to say.
Slumber. Mysterious family tree. Kellen, a young farm boy with fairy blood and a mysterious family tree, is recruited by Talion to learn more about the Wicked Slumber. Time will tell if he's up to the task. And to learn more.
Is this card any good? And 2/2 double strike. Other creatures you control get +1/+0 for each aura equipment. Nobody cares about auras. Search library for an aura equipment. Ugh.
More about the Wicked Slumber.
Calm down.
Time will tell if he's up to the task. Will and Rowan Kenrith are siblings who used to share a planeswalker spark. Where one went, the other had to follow. Now, for the first time, they are divided. Will seeks to put down his sword of ice and unite Eldraine through diplomacy. Rowan won't step foot in a negotiation and prefers the direct fairy.
Wait, so they lost their spark together. Okay, so I understand one planeswalker losing their spark. but 2 planeswalkers losing 1 spark, like that's just irresponsible. That's just flat out negligence. So Will is 3 mana. Vigilance, spells you cast this turn that are white or blue cost X to cast, where X the amount of life you gain this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Ooh. What can we do with that? That's interesting. Rowan, Scion of War, 3 mana, 4/2 Manache. Tap spells you cast this turn that are black or red cost X to cast, where X the amount of life you lost this turn. Now, this is broken because you can use this with Torment and Hailfire and that other card where you can just like pay 1 life. I think it's a leaked card, but there's a card where you can pay 1 life to it's an older card, Necropotence. So pay 1 life, exile top card of your library face down, put that card in your hand at the beginning, and nobody cares about that part, right? Irrelevant. But the main point is pay 1 life. You could pay a ton of life, and then you have something like Torment and Hailfire, which is just X double black. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card, which is just disgusting. So it's like 3, 4, 5 game. You could get it out faster, I'm sure. Like you could probably get all this done on turn 4. You just win on turn 4. Granted, there's other ways to win on turn 4, but I don't know if you can do it reliably in Rakdos. I'm not going to lie. But yeah. That's disgusting.
Retail approach, finding some sort of enchanted item that will magically reunite the kingdom. She might be onto something. Ashiok may not have created the Wicked Slumber, but they...
I love Ashiok. Ashiok's my favorite planeswalker. Best planeswalker ever. If you were to pay life while your library has at least that many cards and exile that many cards from top of your library instead. So whenever you're paying life from Necropotence to exile a card off the top, you exile an additional card off the top. So you could just play Ashiok with Jace. The 5 mana Jace that has the passive of when you have no cards, you win the game. That type of thing. And then you can like just get both of them on the battlefield and then Necropotence. Dude, Necropotence has to get banned. Like, why would you even put Necropotence and then have all these cards that play with it? Like, that's just ridiculous. Granted, they're all 3-card combos, so maybe they're not the greatest, and maybe they'll be extremely underpowered. But those are just guaranteed wins.
They are happy to spread it further, all while bending Rowan to their will. Eldraine is full of familiar stories, but in true Magic fashion, each has been given an unexpected twist. This set's 2-color pairings illustrate the fairy tale archetypes that we...
Okay, that's a lot. I don't know. Have we seen any of these cards? I might have to do a video just going over all of the cards
we all know and love. And you'll discover characters...
Let me know in the comments section below if you want to see just like a giant video of all the leaks. Maybe not all the leaks, but all the cards.
You're sure to recognize. A red...
I typically don't do that because I honestly feel like it's lazy content, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
Red-hooded traveler on her way to Grandma's with a basket of snacks and a crossbow. An adventurous young man who likes to climb beanstalks. Huh, I wonder what he found up there. And someone who's coming to the party whether she's invited or not. Eldraine is a land where these beloved stories play out over and over.
I love the artwork.
Evil queens clash with brave knights. Curses trouble the unvirtuous. And children lost in the woods find themselves with brave knights. Curses...
Is that like Gitrog's son? And Gitrog is a king and that's a prince? Question mark?
Trouble the unvirtuous, and children lost in the woods find themselves on a magical journey. Some of these connect to the main story, others are whimsical adventures
There's
that
a lot
play
in
out in the
here.
background. But all of them will feel fun and familiar.
There's a lot in
And
here
all these
already.
pieces provide the opportunity for you to put your own unique twist on them.
Why are there so many legendary creatures? There's so many. I thought they said they were slowing down on... Oh, no, they said they were slowing down on planeswalkers because... Wait, hold on a second. They said they were slowing down on planeswalkers because they felt that the game was becoming too commander heavy, so they decided to only do legendary creatures when you can't even use planeswalkers as commanders unless it specifically can be used as a commander on that planeswalker card, which none of them do, or very, very few of them do. This seems odd. It seems like another commander set.
For instance, Mother Goose is
That's
a sweet
a
old lady
lot
who
of-
tells you bedtime stories.
A lot of them.
Goose Mother, on the other hand... Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Yeah, because that in and of itself, there was, what, 8 there? 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10 there, and there was 10 earlier.
Unique twist on them.
It's
For
20 new
instance,
commanders for you
Mother
to deal with
Goose is
commander
a sweet
players.
old lady who tells you bedtime stories. Goose Mother, on the other hand... Oh, wow, that's terrible.
Dude, geese are vicious, and they are birds that should be extinct. Now, if you live in Canada, you know exactly what I mean. I don't live in Canada, but I've been to Canada a few times, quite a few times. I hate geese. Geese are, but you can't do anything to them because they're a protected animal or whatever. So, and they know that, and they're cocky about it. And they're like, what are you going to do? Hit me? Because you just get slapped with a fine and get put in jail for touching me. So I'm just going to bite you for no reason. And I'm just going to chill outside your office building and just be like, what are you going to do about it? Squawk, 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 squawk. That's them. I hate geese.
Terrifying. And what about Hansel and Gretel? In Eldraine, both children weren't able to follow the breadcrumbs back home to their happily ever after. Instead, one of them was eaten, and the other became a badass witch hunter. Instead, one of them...
This is your daily reminder to take a shower and wipe your ass.
was eaten, and the other became a badass witch hunter, who obviously had some issues to work out around enchanted candy. These are fairy tales
Fair.
we all know, and in Wilds of Eldraine, you'll get to revisit these familiar stories with a magic twist. You
Whoa,
aren't just
whoa.
in, you'll get to
Do we have some furry action in this set? Look at that. This guy right here. Trying to get a little action. He's like, hey. Mighty fine. You're looking mighty. Foxity.
to revisit these familiar stories with
happening?
a magic twist. You aren't just a creature
Suddenly
attacking for
furries.
2 damage, you are the Pied Piper leading a
Let's
horde
go.
of 1/1 rats.
Oh no. Is that actually going to be like a horde of rats? Are we going to get more rat decks? Oh no, like rat decks, like rat decks. Rat colony coming in hot. Oh no. I'm sorry in advance to all the historic Brawl players that are subjected to this. I don't even have
Could
to read
stand
the card
against his
yet.
horde of rodents. What about a very angry cookie? But this is no
Ah, dude, that's one of the best sleeves.
ordinary cookie. Every character has a role to play, and in Wilds of Eldraine, you'll find roles to play.
New mechanic. Okay.
This new mechanic attaches an enchantment to a creature, a role, affecting their attributes and adding a fun wrinkle to the story. A once noble knight is transformed into a monster knight, giving him +1/+1 and trample. An evil witch charms a member of the court and schemes her way into becoming a royal witch, granting her +1.
So they're just token enchantment auras. So this is going to incentivize people to run Farewell even more, just to get rid of all enchantments. Maybe not. Even then, like, you just kill the creature, right?
+1 and ward 1. I guess that makes her your royal wickedness. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. And sometimes it's a role you want removed. Can anyone lift this curse off of Skybeast Tracker? I need to do something about this goose mother. Don't let it go to your head, Goose.
Break the spell. 1 mana instant. Destroy target enchantment. If permanent you controlled or a token was destroyed this way, draw a card. Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. And that's obviously
Bargain
going to be...
is another new mechanic introduced in this set.
Ooh,
Just
is
like
this
Jack
like...
traded...
Is that like the... Not bounty. The other one from back in the day, where you would like put a card on the side and that's what you would play for? What? It starts with a B, right? It's a B. It's a B word. It starts with a B. It's not bargain. It's not banter. It's not... It's anti. It starts with an A, not a B. The letters are right next to each other.
the family cow for some magic beans, you'll be able to hawk, barter, and swap your way to victory. Bargain lets you sacrifice. You'll be able to hawk, barter,
that looks bomb, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't like mushrooms, but it still looks bomb.
and swap your way to victory. Bargain lets you sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token when you cast the spell. Once you've given something up, you receive something in return. Sacrifice a token when you cast Torch the Tower, increasing your damage to 3. And you get to scry 1.
Although I'm not going to lie, it's not much of a bargain when you just say, I will sacrifice this, and I get what I want. It's not really a bargain when only one party has a say in what the outcome is. When I first heard the bargain mechanic, I thought it was going to be something weird like, hey, I'm going to do 5 damage to your face, or like, I'm going to do 5 damage to this creature. But the bargain would be like, unless they want to take 10 damage to their face. And that would be the bargain, or something like that. And it'd be like, I really need this creature. I'll take 10 to the face. That's what she said. But that's not at all what it ended up being.
Sounds like a deal. Nothing is more crucial to Eldraine than a sense of adventure.
That's like more of a kicker. It's just like a bad kicker.
And so, the adventure mechanic makes a return.
Woo,
this
adventures.
ability allows you to cast either
Apparently
the creature
everyone loved
card, in this
adventures,
case
except for
Besotted
me.
Knight, or choose to send your creatures on an adventure. If you choose to activate...
Oh, see, there it was. You are no monster to me, my love. See? Furries. Shoutouts to the furries.
Activate Betroth the Beast, you get to create a Royal Roll token, giving your target +1/+1 and ward 1. Your adventure is then sent into exile, but can later return as its creature card to complete the quest. Perfect. Another successful adventure.
Ooh.
And in this set, look for 2-color adventures. Oh yeah, of course that dragon makes treasure.
Yes, because all dragons should make treasures, because they guard treasure.
Sagas are also back. What
Yes.
better mechanic to use in
We need more
Eldraine
sagas.
than one that
I love
allows you to
sagas.
tell a story?
Sagas are probably
This
my
saga
favorite
features
kind of
the
card.
3 blind mice. Oh great, now that song is stuck in my head.
I know. Now it's gonna get
This
stuck in
set
my
also
head.
has a
Why would
commander
you
deck
do
centered
that?
around roles,
Why would you
virtue,
do
and
that
valor.
to me?
A green-white deck, it enables you to step seamlessly into any role. And if you'd like to join the court of
Why?
Talion the
Why do
Kindly
you gotta
Lord
do
yourself,
that?
we have Fey Dominion, a commander deck focused on allowing you to finally play
Okay,
as the
commander
wild
decks.
and bewitching Fey.
Because not
Fairy
only do
tales
they
are
have
known
20
for their
additional
lush
legendary
illustrations,
creatures, they also
and Wilds
have
of
more
Eldraine
commander
is no
decks,
exception,
obviously.
with a huge variety of gorgeous treatments and all.
Ooh. weird. It almost looks like Samurai Jack-ish? Esque? Maybe? Kind of. That's kind of the vibe I get from it. I get a little Samurai Jack vibe from it. I get a... Yeah. Yeah.
Alternate art. Behold, the enchanting tales.
What is land tax? I see tax and I want it. To be in your upkeep, if opponent controls more lands than you do, you may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, put them in your hand. That's hot.
These top enchantments are presented here in
Heuristic
beautiful
Stony.
storybook style. You've played them,
Necropotence.
you've loved them, but you've never seen them like this.
Fiery Emancipation. Why would that ever get a reprint? Isn't that card like actual dog water? I didn't know anyone else ever played that card except for me. And it was as a meme, not as a real card, right?
There'll be a
This sneak attack art is sweet.
dream to collect and play, but a nightmare for your opponents.
Unnatural growth.
Some of these
dramatic
enchanting
element.
tales also have captivating anime borderless versions. I'm sorry, is that a lamb bumblebee? Oh, Kindred Discovery got so romantic.
Polluted Bonds, Sneak Attack. Sneak Attack seems weird.
They'll be available
Doubling
in foil,
season, the
non-foil,
fucking-
and beautiful new confetti foil treatments.
Okay. Usually I give WotC a lot of crap about their weird foils and the weird foilings. Like the Phyrexian ones where they just put a bunch of Phyrexian symbols all along it. I thought that was super cringe. It was gross and looked ugly. But I actually kind of like this confetti one. At least on the blue. At least on the blue card.
I love the line work in this one.
It doesn't look that bad. I don't mind that at all. Do these geese. Go away.
Doubling season I've ever seen.
This is obviously going to look completely different in person than it is in picture.
And there are other gems to find.
But I like the concept. I like the concept way more. I think that's a hit. I think that's a big win. Big W. W's in the comments.
With the return of borderless favorites for select cards. Are you tired of borders? We've got you covered.
See, this is Samurai Jackie as well. Kind of. It's something else. What else is it? I think it is. I think that's just what it reminds me of.
Adventure cards get to have some fun too with their special showcase treatment. What a great way to make the most of this returning mechanic. Yeah, that dragon's got some expensive taste. Treasure. I love it.
The only problem I have with adventures being reprinted as a primarily historic player is that, what is that card? The card that, like, whenever you play an adventure, you draw a card. Lucky Clover, that is not banned. It was banned in Standard, I believe, when all the adventures were in Standard, but it's not banned in Historic, and now that we're getting a ton more adventures, I guess we'll see.
Wilds of Eldraine will be available for pre-release the weekend of September 1st through 3rd. On Arena, check out the early streamer event on August 31st.
August 31st. 15
Then enjoy the
days,
set
okay.
release on September 5th. It will be available everywhere on September 8th. And if you want to read even more of the story, make sure you take a look at the web fiction, which is available right now.
I thought about honestly doing like cosplay web fiction of all the sets when they came out, because they come out in little chapters. Not little chapters, but they come out in chapters. So I could like read the story or go over the story and just make it a giant meme. But I would need cosplay for like every single character. And I don't have that kind of money. And it could be bad cosplays, but I don't know. I think it would be hilarious. Because if you saw my summary of Neon Dynasty at all, you would probably really enjoy it, because I thought it was really good. It was really well done.
Right now. And check out these 2 promotional cards that will be available at your local game store.
Counter target spell if it's blue. Destroy target permanent if it's blue for 1 mana. Do we get this in Arena? Hello? Ice out, 3 mana. I love red counter spells. I miss my Tybalt's Trickery. I think Tybalt's Trickery, they could have, in Alchemy especially, they could have just made a change where this cannot counter your own spell. And it would have been fine. It would have been a useless card to pretty much everybody, except for me. So it's probably way too much trouble than what it was worth, but I don't know what goes into just banning cards either. Spell costs 1 less if it's being bargained. Counter target spell, okay.
Pyroblast and Ice Out.
So Ice Out's interesting because if you're running artifact lands, you can actually pay 2 to sack an artifact land. Right? Because it's sacrifice an enchantment artifact or token. Right? Maybe?
Keep your eyes peeled for what inspired these promos as we get closer to launch day. And that's a quick little peek at some of what you'll find in the wilds of Eldraine. There's so much more to discover in this tangled, wild, enchanting world, but now it's time for us to end like every good fairy tale. And they played happily ever after. Right. Perfect.
They did. Fight for your fairy tale ending. Pre-order today. Let's do it. Everyone go pre-order. I'll stick to my my MTG Arena where it's a little bit cheaper to do everything. I think that's what I'll stick to. Yeah, I think pretty sure that's what I'll stick to. But I'm actually pretty excited about this set. There's a lot of really cool cards and a lot of really interesting artworks for it. I'm a sucker for some good artwork myself. So, you know, the better the artwork, the better the set. That's pretty much what it comes down to at this point in time. Overall, the video was pretty cool. I don't know if they actually went over the story of Wilds of Eldraine. I think they kind of did a little bit. I just still don't understand what the storyline is. It seems like most of the worlds got pretty messed up from the invasion, but Eldraine recovered extremely quickly. And I don't know if that's because Ashiok put everybody in a dream world, or if everyone just has super cool special fairy powers that they were able to grow the trees and rebuild everything Omega quickly. I don't exactly know. So, I mean, they released various chapters throughout the set. They don't just dump the whole thing all in one go. So we'll probably have to see how it goes along and what the story develops into. Because right now, it makes absolutely no sense to me. But yeah, the video will be linked in the comment section below, as well as in the description. If you like more reacts like this for Magic videos, then definitely let me know, because I will do more. If you want them of other trailers of other things, then we could definitely do that too. So, but until then, make sure to stay salty and enjoy the videos. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to this point, it means you either really enjoyed the video or you fell asleep and I'm waking you up now. Either way, thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, come out with videos 7 days a week.